Lena Dawson refuses to be categorized as a podcast. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad we're us. Today's a talk shit episode, only a short one. If you feeling like you're sitting down with a cup of tea with me and talking shit, then you are in the right place. If you're looking for more structured business and marketing advice, you need to listen to other podcast episodes I've already done where I can, have dot points and polished shit. Hi, my loves. I am heading on home after going to grab the weekend papers. My digital declutter is going fucking phenomenally. It's now 6 weeks since I stopped social media and 2 weeks since I did more of an intensive digital declutter, so I don't read websites anymore, basically, especially news and celebrity gossip and stuff like that. I definitely still read blogs and I definitely still do research and that kind of stuff, but it's much more structured. I don't read news websites, and instead I read newspapers. Oh, remember those inventions? And I definitely feel like I am smarter and more considered for it. And what's more, I feel like I have a more intensive understanding of the news. And I also don't feel as anxious and freaked out and, just have that burning outrage 24/7, which, rage is great, but not all the time. It's going to fuck up your nervous system and you're not going to do anything with it. So that's been pretty rad. I just started a book and read it and finished it, called 100 Years of Dirt by Rick Morton. And I kind of feel like a little bit like his, I don't know, an etheric brother in a way, because he too is from a rural Queensland farm, and it's a really intense book, and it goes into his family history and his how much his family fights over land and stuff like that. And it totally just completely hit home for me in such a big way, because I come from a farming background, where the family has really fought for years over land in just savage and fucked up ways. And when I tell people about some of the things that have happened in my life and in my family, they're like, holy fuck. It's quite out of the normal. And I'm not going to talk about like specific incidences or anything publicly. If you ever meet me one-to-one, I might. But I tend to reserve those stories, not for public consumption, because it doesn't involve just me. It's other people's stories as well. Anyway, it was so nice to know that I'm not like the odd one out. And I know I'm not the odd one out because I went to a boarding school with a lot of farming families and they'd all been through similar situations. But it's just really fucking nice to read a book and I'm like, I am part of this demographic. There is us. And I also just think it's hilarious that we grew up in quite right-wing, very rural places, which are quite conservative, and we're both kind of flaming intellectuals who've moved to city regions. Bless us, one and all. Anyway, it was a tops book, but it is quite intense read. Kind of a little bit like maybe an Australian version of Educated by Tara Westover, which is also phenomenal, but do not read if you're in a glum mood because, woo, it's intense. I am really taking this weekend as kind of as much recovery as I can. I'm really trying to prevent burnout as much as I can at the moment because I do have quite an intense month ahead. But I'm doing really awesomely with staving it off, and really filling up my well as much as possible and trying to reduce sensory inputs. So I bought some noise cancelling headphones. I've been using my weighted blanket every day. I'm using remedies. I've got my medication. I'm trying to take as much solitude time as I can, and making sure I get as much sleep as possible, because that's really helpful for my brain to reduce the levels of overstimulation. And that's, as somebody who is autistic, and as somebody who's just highly sensitive as well. I think even if you don't have autism, so many of us are, just so super sensitive and aware of, the fast pace of life, and we need things in place in order to preserve our beautiful time and energy, especially when we're mums, because it's a big fucking job. It's a big job. It's a big job. What else? Oh, Sales Star. I've got a couple more weeks to before that's the first live round is complete, and I've been like illustrating like a magic woman. I think I'm up to like 130 unique illustrations for it as well, because I didn't want to just do like a sales course with just basic bitch slides. I wanted to make it all pretty and stuff and illustrate the fuck out of it, so that people who are visual learners like me can really dive deep into kind of marketing and how it works and visualize it in a way that works for their brain. So I'm feeling really fucking proud of it, and it's pretty exciting to see the progress peeps are already making in it. So, and if you want to know more about that program, you can find it at leahnielsen.com/sell. Very exciting. You can still sign up for it. And you'll also get access to future live rounds and all that kind of stuff, and all of our recorded calls and all that baz. So that's me, really. I am so grateful to be here. I've got so much to share about and write about and blog about, and I'm just in a real creative spring at the moment, and not quite getting enough time that oh fuck, it just cut off, and I don't even know where it cut off to. So whatever it was, cool. I'm sure it was great. I love you all. I hope you have a great time. I've got lots of things I want to share with you, and I will share them as soon as I have more creative space freed up. At the moment I am in the creative cave finishing Sales Star off beautifully, and then we can roll on to the next project. I've got so many fucking ideas. Sweet Jesus. All right, I hope you're all having a beautiful weekend. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here with me, and let's continue creating our magic and miracles, hey? Okay, bye!